Inside Story Uganda, real source of political updates.
Ja ebintu byogamba tino Transformers Cadres Agenda Association simanya ya Lwabogo tebiri you see
attention no butambi ayikapu chayimu
yo yagabe kumbe tebiri you see sibi ya Lwabogo.
Lwabogo is a very strategic man. Very strategic. Why? Never joke with a self-made person. Lwabogo was a great man in London.
Tamale.
How has he graduated to the level? I tell Lwabogo to respecting a family.
Bajja kusulinga kalebule. He was a great man.
Lwabogo was a great man in London. The first thing he did, drawing from his experience as a great man, he started a security company. And he says it was his money that attracted the daughter of the president. At one time, Lwabogo said, they have records. I'm not a member of their family. The children are members. Kakati Lwabogo, you must address. A snake is normally a non-hostile reptile. But you step on it, it turns back. Yes. Kati, you must understand what causes upheavals in this country. Musota, the snake politics. As Obata wanted to get rid of Amin, now again the Singapore. Obata always did important things, either in northern Uganda or while he was away. When it backfires, Abama Zokolaji, Obata directed Oito Joko to arrest Idi Amin. This woman, Mwitani Hajati Anuna. Hajati Anuna was a secretary of Amin. Was a secretary of Obata. Because UPC is a non-tribal party.
Okay.
Kakati Anuna ya leaking information ya Amin. Obata alagide bakolechi.
Bakwati.
That's why Oito Joko was horrid up in the parliament. Okay. That's why Obata hated Okero Rutwa. Why? Instead of heading to Kampala, Okero Rutwa was commanding office of Masaka. Instead of heading to Kampala to cool down, to confront the Amin soldiers, he fled to Tanzania. This is why Okero Rutwa depended largely on Museveni's income. This is why this current minister, Okero Oryem, babysat Muhoozi. Okero Rutwa was depending on selling Chako. Museveni yakwatanga sente. Museveni invested for Jabagamba vision. He invested in Okero Rutwa.
Okay.
Kakati nkugamba. Nti bwe tuvaawo. Abaganda Obata bw'abakuba mu masaza agabula. There was a constitutional provision that after 2 years of independence, the counties will have a referendum. Bwe bali nga Ben Kiwanuka yagamba mu Lancaster, solve this problem, you created it. But the Bazungu refused, but left it. Ne bateekawo referendum in 2 years, from 62 to 64. As we are debating Mikaeli Kintu, an illiterate who could only hear English, yajulianga naye nga talwogera. Kintu was a talented man who could hear English but could not speak it. Kintu n'abagamba, no, let us decide here and there. Masaza agabula. Kakati Obata n'aweereza Kintu kakiiti ne bakamusomera. Kintu, why are you delaying us? We have already defeated Kiwanuka. When both of us are in power, who will organize this referendum? But it was a constitutional provision. Obata mu 64 agiteekawo. Abaganda bekalakasa. Bagende egindi. Mutesa is the president who shot 9 people in a market in Kalukukuza. Mutesa ava mu motoka yena jamu submachine gun natta abantu mu katale. Nami ntakikolangako. The first president of Uganda to kill people emisana tu was Mutesa Nuizi wetu Ndayika. Olwa Abaganda bakawuna bo bamubirayiza. Saabasajja yanguwa ogende ndayiga nyabe ndayiga ndayiga nyabe ndayiga ndayiga amasaza bagatwala bugangayizi baalitwala nebuyaga baalitwala okumanya abasajja abimengo basajja bagamba abaganda the bazungu knew Andrew Cohen knew amafuta nti gali bunyoro
okay.
But he did not tell baganda a particular place. Maybe in the red counties there can be oil. Why? Buganda spent on the instruction, on the advice of Andrew Cohen. Andrew Cohen yali agamba ngabagamba tugenda kubeera ne Governor General. Cohen agenda kusigala wano nga Governor General.
Okay.
Ate ensi yeefuze n'alimba Muteesa. Kakati Muteesa ateeka sente ze nnyingi wa endayige obota akuba amasaza agateeka kagundi. That was the fall of the two.
Okay.
What I'm telling you nti mu Uganda buli lwotunuulira Muwanga, why did Muwanga turn against Obote? Muwanga knew like a snake nti Obote is creating an alternative base. Alonze Peter Otai as Minister of Security, Minister of Security. Adi the regular army agitaddemu special force. Nali mu Kampala one. When the special force was passing, demonstrating through Kampala to show that Peter Otai had created an army against the regular army. Baba kuba amasasi.
Okay.
Muwanga yalagira regular army. Baba amasasi wafa waga.
Asatu.
Muwanga n'avayo n'agamba nti babadde tubayita bayekera bafudde Luweero. They have a new uniform. That's why Muwanga overthrew Obote. Kakati ukamu nkugamba. Lwabogo has reached this level. He cannot entrust his way to somebody else. No. And unlike Lwabogo is the strongest faction in any other government. Yatandika ne patriotic groups. Gatsezala wetamulaba. Natugoba fena natugoba. Lwabogo nagoba buli muntu yenna. Natula naye appeasing Hitler. Kakati today the efforts that Lwabogo are doing to lure me into his camp is not what Muhoozi and Museveni are doing. Okay. In fact, if I was not principled, nga Lwabogo samuwabira dda waffe mu nsozi, I would have grabbed his yakwa Museveni yampa sente. Lwabogo n'aziwamba. I should get it. Yenga anoonya reconciliation. Did Museveni direct Lwabogo to give me the money?
I know ways of understanding is very poor. 2
days ago, Lwabogo sent a person. Nemugamba gwe, give that money to Onogondi, Onani, Barugahali. Balam unayogera nabo. Bring the money. But Museveni does not give me a coin.
Okay.
Take it. Until Lwabogo has the most powerful faction in this government. Well organized. Has money. Ye Museveni bwagamba nti bakuwesende nakugamba. When Sidiru invites me and Museveni invites me, I go first. Museveni na lweso and Lwabogo yagoba nacho nagoba Kadaga. I have the meeting. Nagoba nacho be nagoba Kadaga. Nagabe bampa sente. Nalagira abagagga bonna including my relatives. And squeezing nkube nyondo mutwe. Nakola eyo advisors meeting yali ekyankwanza. Babalanda tajimanyi yava. It was intended for me. Wanakano kajaka nalimba ta mukazi wange yankwatira mu muka kangende nzita abantu bano wafewo 10 atano kagende kubisaga ekyankwanza bantu bano bakomo kutegeera kakati yagamba ki what you are seeing now Lwabogo has remained one thing is to borrow it
kuva mu government
bajononye. Let me tell you ladies and gentlemen, bw'oba yagala okustadinga gavumenti ya Museveni enkuba gye bakubiyemu gerageranya ne Putin, abazungu enkuba gye bakubiyemu Putin.
Bw'oba yagala okulaba engeri gye bakubiyemu gavumenti ya wano tunde ekiri Russia essaawa zinene bifaanagana bitya?
I told you that the Americans are no longer interested in occupying the territory. That's an old fashion of war.
Tebasagala amatwale.
Because you cannot have what through peace talks, what does not reflect the territory you are occupying now. That was the old fashioned principle of war. The Americans have bebaita gond seals. They detect you from there, hit you and they go back.
Okay.
They hit Bin Laden in Pakistan. Did they occupy Pakistan?
No, they didn't.
But if the operation had flopped. Either balizeyo oba balize ku mmeri zaabwe ne bakuba wonna ne bamalawo. Ekitegeredde seal of occupying territory tekikyakola. They have and they left Russia. They turned China into their backyard. Who buys the Chinese products? Are they the Chinese? You see Chinese in Africa. What, the poor people. The largest trading pattern of China is the European Union, which means if the European Union imposes sanctions on China, China can crumble. The economy crumbles.
Oh.
But
is that why you are seeing China?
He does not control your family, but he controls you because you get food from him. He can create a stampede in your family.
Chitufu.
Yes. Kakati bana abasajja bagezi. They can. I cannot rule out that there are seals in Ukraine. But there are two important issues. One, Ukraine was under the Soviet Union.
Yes.
When this man, Putin, was the head of KGB, a terrorist organization, a torturing institution, never called a referendum for independence.
Okay.
Can they go back to the Russians? If today we hear that Amini's soldiers are organizing,
are coming back,
what happens? The first peace talks were supposed to be taking place in Tanzania. The moment newspaper reports indicated that Mariam was here, Unzi was here, this is when we were lost. Okay. Tanzania entered Uganda for self-defense. As long as Amin remained a buffoon in Uganda, Ngavuma Nyerere, Vamukazi Nali kuwasiriza. The moment Amin annexed Kagera, the Tanzanians united. Amin yali alowooza tibwalumba Tanzania, the army in Tanzania will topple Nyerere. Because Tanzanians were fed up.
We are fed up.
Nyerere was spending money on the liberation groups. But once the Tanzanians knew, how can we be ruled by puppets from Idi
Amin?
In fact, South Africa, the Boers in South Africa wanted to give Amin money and weapons because they thought that this was another front to weaken Nyerere's frontline state, his contribution.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
The Ukrainians, independence bagende. Are you returning us back? There will be an uprising.
Government bagijeko.
Nabakadde bakutte mundu.
Defending.
Tennaggwawe yalaba ku bujogo bw'abalasa.
Tebagala kudda mu kintu kino kibayitamu. Yesu kwaki Putin okutalo mu kalubiridde.
Tu. Economy. Lube egudde. Gwolowooza nti bagenda abazungu abo they are still but steady. Robinson yakyali Ukraine. Yali asobola okugenda Ukraine nga special forces bangu Bungereza tebaliyo. Could he risk?
Tekisoboka.
Which means there was a strong presence of good British soldiers in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Abamerika nga bagambye nti banalumba Uganda bakwata abaganda abanyankola abaki. The person who commanded the failed operation in Somalia was Ayadidi's son. Ekyabwe tekigwawo bugwi.
Kiba kiplanning na kitegeteeka.
Kaka today, how have these people defeated Gund? Because Fabaganda tukimanyi. Ali kungulu ataga nti mututaase. Russia wouldn't have accepted the talks.
Yes.
Ate bajja kulekayo bamutegedde. They are warning China. You can make your economic Gund. Nitujitanga tusindise even a single soldier. Kana bano bakoze Museveni.
Kitegeza.
They are using human rights ku
Museveni.
Whoever violates human rights is targeted by sanctions.
Nakusho nebuuza. Why is it that abantu bonna babira tortured? Ku kitebe kamoocha. Bavuli baba paradinga. Press neita. Abakundi balaga nti baniko kwogera I was tortured. Watch kikolwa bwekitu.
Where the president is not to understand these Europeans. Nzinafuna omukisa. I did the propaganda in one of the best institutions in Europe when I was young. I was smuggled here.
Hey.
Yes. Siri muntu wakuzanya. I can sit down. I did the propaganda. Propaganda is not telling lies. Propaganda is a packaging of facts to suit a certain type.
Okay.
And when I'm talking to my university students, I use different similes. When I go home, also
propaganda means package facts, having facts.
Why am I making every day ngambera ku program ngabantu babulira?
I
turned my programs into lectures.
Yes,
I will lose. You cannot defend undefendable things. Bwobange motoka ezokusika yine wayo mugga nga yo nafu nnyo inayegwa
naye genda bugenzi
sisobola kutanishinga image yange. This is how I have defeated these people with all of the resources. Kakati nkugamba ti Museveni bamukubira human rights.
Yes.
Economy bajajita. You not see a European soldier here. Toja
kulabika ko wanene.
As you have not seen the European soldiers in
Russia.
No. Gwe kyogamba nti emizinga egiri sophisticated Germany gyebawa bagiyikidde waawo oba waliwo abagermany abagikolako. For the first time,
yes.
When Saddam Hussein fired Scud missiles into Israeli territory, the Americans had to come to operate them. For the first time, Israel's defense was under foreigner, the Americans. How can you tell me that the Germany sophisticated missiles are handled by Ukrainians? Russia bamutegeera da nabagamba nti Russia as the Soviet Union was lured into Afghanistan, Russia has been lured into Ukraine. The Russian Federation will crumble. Are you saying Putin is not lucky? He will be like Milosevic. He will be humiliated in the head. Who will be assassinated by easy people. He will disappear like a Hitler.
Awetulaga
kati nze bwe mmala okutunuulya situation nenjireetawo
n'ogiteeka wano ewaffe
nti bano baba Museveni gavumenti ye bagikubira ku kintu eki. Bakoci abalungi bw'ategeera nti omupiira guno ayagala tiimu enaazanya ku deciding match abazanyi b'abalungi ayinza okubajjamu
yasooka n'abawummuza
n'alekawo defense ng'omulimu gwayo kulemesa bano kuteeba ne goal kulemera mupiira time gweyo
natwaliza obudde
good players for the final match.
Yes.
Kakati bano abazungu they have learned from Kenya. Do you see violence in Kenya?
No.
Why? The 2007
election, yeah.
They made sure that Uhuru Kenyatta had to eat his humble pie and be humiliated before international cameras at Hague.
Yes.
As African leaders were arguing, no sitting African leader can be humiliated to Hague. Uhuru, why? Why did Uhuru humble himself? One, in American tradition, a president who is not a descendant of whose parents were not born in America, in his last term must visit his country of origin. So we are faced with the two challenges. Obama to visit Kenya as a former president, or to visit Kenya as the United States president. Okumenya abazungu bazibu. Laba Barack Obama ajaddi nga America eri isolated bagikubye Twin Towers. The whole country, everywhere there are celebrations. How do we deceive these people? Mufune omusajja alina amanya g'ekisiraamu. Barack Obama. Is he a Muslim? Mama we ng'avaawa Malaysia. The most populous Islamic country mu nsi
is Malaysia.
Naye every American president okujjako Trump must have origins in Ireland. Obama yagendayo nga jjajjawe gyali
mu Ireland.
These people tebakola nga balwabo. These are people who are paid money to think like me.
Tamale bana basajja tunabatuukako endowooza yaabwe.
Let us come to our place. Nti Museveni bamukubisa ki?
Human rights.
Kakati bo bakimanyi. Bano bamakyazi mu human rights. Fe baatugoba ne tugenda nga balowooza bajja kunjooga Museveni ankanyige kasasiro mbeere kasasiro mange gumwokeze bamukubye amagulu mwenda najja mu meeting Museveni nangoba ku teepu enfu nze ngende mu president's office nga temwebazango bye yego new vision nayinja kubatta. That's how I've survived 8 years. Nagende wange nenebaka nimanya bajja kunonya nonyayo waboga nonyeyo mukube nyondo mutwe sezala we yewunye nenazala ne bajja ko pologulabo zange jakemu kasajja ko jakemu ne bagoba mutabazi ne baleta ko balaka UCC jakemu bakubene kitawo bamutti. I handed over myself to the population. Abaganda bakuganda government okunonya n'abantu government ekunonya abantu bakweka koloza gontaliyo
we waire koti yensi y'abantu nawe.
Yes. Toyinza kunchima wange kuba mutayima. You bring an appointment letter, I shoot you. When you bring a sacking letter, I shoot the chicken for you. Tetujja kudda. Ate lwaboga yatugoba ateka na yamu.
Ale sacking letter guyo mwebaza ale separuwe kugoba.
Wange tebaita siddayo. What I want from them is compensation. If they are really true barokole, bali tuula wansi baganti omwana ono yatukolera.
Mzee Tamale. Victims one bakwata. Abantu abade tortured. Beba parading. Kama nezivayo.
Let me give you an example. It is we people about studying propaganda who understand propaganda terms. When they tell you a travel ban, kandiko yagamba njagala yoki.
Sina kye negomba yo.
Kandiko didn't know
the implication.
One, once you face a travel ban by USA, you will never enter USA and its
allies.
You cannot go to China. Two, you cannot transact business in America. You cannot, even your family is deported. Oleme kugamba nti banganye okulaba ki
abantu bange.
They give you a time limit to sell your properties, otherwise they are confiscated.
Zobado ina yeri
bakayigula bakandiko babadde babawano ng'abaana baabwe bali bweru balinayo property. Lwaki omusajja bw'oba tolina ssente mu mpale omusazi w'ensawo n'agamba muzeeyi ssente zo zigwa lwaki okwata mu nsawo
nga tolinamu?
Yes. Can the Americans say that they have imposed a travel ban on me? Why have property in America? Bw'olaba bakujimbi kuba babawano abaana baabwe bali bweru ne batta ebigezo bya wano ne bonoona buli kimu. Ministry education ne bagitta ne babba ssente za TV ne babba eza radio 19 billion. Abaana baabwe tebaliiwo wano abaffe bagwe.
Mzee Tamale kaddemu bwe bataddeko travel ban kitegeeza olina ky'olina eri. Nze tariki batalina kyena tibasawunda travel ban because sina kyenkola ki.
Fe Abaganda otya nazalawo nti akankanya obuko. Kakati gwe nazala wange omudduko obuko.
Ate lwaki
akwatirawo obuko.
Ate munkwatirawo.
When you see they have nti bakutaddeko travel ban
kitegeeza obadde olina kyokola ki.
Olina ky'olinayo.
Nga twaggwawo dda abasajja baatu.
What they have done Kandiko's didn't know, and because of the implications and they did not inform Museveni. Kandiko wouldn't have been given a foreign assignment. Why? Kandiko, because he has been targeted, cannot transact business. He cannot even receive his salary through the bank system.
Is that why Nesdani bamujeni wamukomyawo waneno?
Anti alina kusasula musaala mukasi. Anuka ne banka zinukira. This is what these people don't know. This is why Lwabogo strives to ensure tinemukozi afuna eba mwononi ngakano kwa tumwebaze ke bafuna anu okutta abantu kuba mukweozi mukutta abantu taliimu muoganike taliimu Lwabogo mwali kati mwebaze mwekali.
Is that why bajoka kwenza I'm implicating it in
naye bamulemaze ate talina amawulire ga Lwabogo. Museveni yakwatanga ssente nga zwa Lwabogo ne Kaliisa namulaba Kaliisa nga asinika enzinyo babye 10 billion. Museveni yabadde 10 billion zange mba naziza omusango Kaliisa wampona nangena mubana mulabawo ne baagala asinika enzinyo tamakadde benyondo nekikwatako emirundi 3 Kaliisa mutti olwo president mugamba listen bagenze wa Museveni abagambye oba olukwatumubaze bakasasudde 5 billion mu hoteli yako mutasuze bantu kasajja kojja kusasula Europe ojja kuddeyo mu bwolobo wakajiji obunuka. Poverty is like gravity. Ne bunkuba ne buneerega mu mbu mbwabiza mbufijo guli nambu atenja bukuba ne video buli katambi kenkuba konna nkawa embassy nakwata obutambi bwonna nga Lwaboga antekako pressure suddenly them to the embassies mumuzite mulabe baba batire wanu busajjamu kakati ye Museveni bamumaze ali mu situation
njatunyine ebintu bibiri ekisooka ogambye nti abazungu balina kye bakola tebajja mu kifo bawako bakozesa olwaleero ekintu ekiri ekamwokya oba ne bakwata abaana ne baparadinga abatucalingiddwa abazungu be batuma abaana eno kikola.
Monitor published a story that a man had spent 20 years in prison.
Yes.
Nibamulaga Nembagamba, this is a man who was arrested for killing the Mirindis. Nga gundi omuhikiro watu.
Okay.
Ye yabatta. Kubanga ba Mirindi bali foto nga banywa mwenge. Ne balaba omusajja yatta Kijana Ngoma. The man who killed Kijana Ngoma was ADC to Mugisha Muntu as a Kamekamaanda. Committed a crime nadduka. Era Mugisha Muntu yakwata jeti mwebaze namusiba mukomera. Yatta abantu mu National Park. Ekyo kyakubya Mugisha Muntu. N'adira esente ziyasanga mu office. Esimayisida ya jeshi n'azijjamu. Salizi yali ataddemu. Amunoti cashier. Ne bamuwalana. Ne baleeta engatto z'oludda olumu. Ne baleeta gundi. Kyovala bayi abakyawangaza. If there is somebody who hates them is Mugisha Muntu. We are in the same position.
Okay.
Tusobola kubasonyiwa okujja ku compensation. Nti ntule mu meeting omuli tumwebaze simwe atuyite Museveni. Ajja wali wasse munni. Azire n'obwo bwana. Ogenda okujjanga commando be ku kisengo bankalumye ekimiro.
Abzeta oli commando.
Yes. Akati nkugane gamba. Ti monitor yabadde ejirese n'enjikuba.
Bali omusiba bamusiba akyali mubuuka kati ali myaka 5.
Family file bagikweka. Not to this man would have been charged for killing 3 people.
3 people, okay.
Yatta Kijana Ngoma. Nattani ba Mirindi aba Uganda ne Makerere. This man monitor gwe wana. Nattani journalist wange. Bageno Musa Basedi.
Are you sure?
Namutta. Because if you cannot hand the trigger to kill for yourself, you end up being katulamu ended up serial killer. Katumusango ne bagutta. Ogwono gwe Makerere.
Ogwe Makerere guno ne gufa.
Kati fijja kyasama. Ba abewa bami bakubeba kyaso omutwe. Bakubeba kinonye bakyaso omutwe. How can you say come gwe eyatta abantu bali? And you went through a corrupt system. Mufairo baje bewandike ate monitor nabukubire budduka. Kakati yesterday bwakubye story. A student was tortured in a police cell and to death. Do you see a response from government? Minister of Information and National Guidance. How much fuel do you need to go to that police station? Has Enanga spoken?
No.
Where is the investigations? Are you sure that a student was killed? Which school does this man who was killed? Or he is a criminal?
Where is CIA?
Yeah. And when you see students, have we seen students strangling their girlfriends?
Yes, to be the yes, to be the
yes. What if a student is suspected and dies in prison? What if he committed suicide? Baba was a student. And nobody in Kampala, we don't get a response the following day. Even the police that is implicated does not come out to clear his name. In Kampala, country, where you can walk. No, because this is a government within a government.
Okay.
Baba nakubya katambi ekiro. Ngabaga anti Mirundi agamba nti there is a subterfuge. Yes, a subterfuge is a group of criminals inside the government. Okay. They depend on stealing government money, which you are doing. $400 million is Museveni mwaziba. Kitutu bali kukuba lunaku lumu ne bakutta. Bali kuba kitutu. Nankabirwa abadde ze yeewujja. Yeewujja jewo umegundi. Nemba kwandikira akatabo kano. Nankabirwa yasirika bajja mukubaba muttire wano. Gundi nenda bamusajja.
Paying off umeme.
Ninde bomusajja ngono mayanja. Mayanja n'abakoba bamukozesa okujoga.
Tugalagena okupati.
Museveni cannot remove n'abakoba. Kati yadduse ali buwe alwana n'abagagga bajja mwaso omutwe. Museveni bwe batta apiriga ya muwaji.
Tugalagena mutule kyokubiri muzayita ama.
Mayanja duki.
Ku mayanja n'abakoba.
Bwe banga Museveni tasobola kudisciplininga n'abakoba. Kakati yalagira Museveni yalagira nti ate gundi ono general gundi alweso atatu sebyencha nabantu mukimulekere kubanga atuuse ku level kitakyasobola kugobako n'omu.
Abasajja
Abaganda kasooka ddiwa abakazi bo bwe bajja ng'ojjako ettaala gwenkutteko yawangudde. Be decisive. Why should Nabakova? The minister doesn't Nabakova Museveni nganze ndibanyanja Nabakova. Museveni muteka mu situation to decide. Kakati nkubulira gamba.
Ngandugenda mukuwumula.
A story eyalabikidde mu Monitor eggulo. Because when the Monitor publishes a story, is there follow-up? Is there a response?
A response?
Why did this story appear in the Monitor alone? Why didn't the usually excited Enanga pick this story? It was a headline.
Yes.
It wasn't not an inside.
Yes, it was a headline.
Not page.
Yes.
Has the government come up?
No.
Kakati nenkubuulira nti awo mu human rights bamaze obakolaki.
The
moment an enemy takes air superiority akuwangudde. Kyobala banyonyi z'abalasa bazikubye ne bazimala mu bbanga. The moment your enemy controls the skies akuwangudde. Can hit on
Ngalugenda mukuwumula mukatono nnyo.
Museveni bamugyeko media.
Ngalugenda mukuwumula.
Yatujooga ne tudduka n'investiga mu Lwabogo. Lwabogo atandde against him. Talina follow back position. Kati ayiteyo ffe. Emyaka 8 abaana bange ne batasoma. Onsindikira omuntu wange temukuba ennyondo omutwe temukuba simuyira asidi. Nti akamotoka kani.
Ngatuli ku human rights. Omuchairperson w'akakiiko ka Human Rights Commission. Human Rights Commission. Mariam Wangadi yavuddeyo n'agamba Parliament. Tinaye akolera mu kutya.
Anti kankubuulira.
Statement yetegeeza.
Anti kankubuulira. No. Kakati bwe bamala obakwata mu human rights. You tell me how an intelligent man should explain to me. Why is it that Bobi Wine is now an ambulance? Does Bobi Wine have medical teams? Whoever is tortured and thrown on the west side is picked by Bobi Wine, who alerts him. Kitegeeza, there is a trick because the government is fighting itself. The people who are torturing the people are connected to Bobi Wine.
Okay.
Yes. Kakati bebasuula bwe bamala obatocholinga, why don't they kill them?
Correction in which way? Bantu be oba.
Anti bababuulira. Why don't we see corpses?
No.
Why don't we see corpses? We are seeing.
But
to find the Amini's victims in Namamve. We had people who depended on directing people. Abadde musati myufu ali wali. Naye bano baba torturing ne babasuula. Are they tortured or are they playing games? Did the government send a medical doctor okuzuula omusajja oyo from there yalazeewa nolobe nganga nolobe mpuuta awo government baba gimaze olunatawaka bwali omuziba nnyinda baba kumaze from there does Bobi Wine have a hospital? These people after picking them and exposing them to the public, where do they go for treatment?